While one is raunchy and the other one's wholesome, Fleabag and Little Women are shockingly similar in that they follow the moral edification of a young-ish woman who through religion and grief and sisterhood becomes a more selfless and socially acceptable woman. You have Jo, who is constantly failing the ideals of 19th century womanhood. She's loud, she's temperamental, she plays outside, but the older she gets, the more she risks losing her moral and social standing. Meanwhile, Fleabag has been a mess since episode 1. But instead of not helping Marmee with domestic chores, she's sleeping around, she's manipulative, she's actively harming others while also having a lot of these tender moments that kind of redeem her from just being like absolutely terrible. But at the end of the day, Fleabag, like Jo, is just another young woman who is failing to meet the societal expectations of a woman her age. So what ends up making these women good, socially acceptable women? Well, of course it's grieving the loss of the more ideal woman in your life. For Jo, this ideal woman or girl is Beth. Throughout Little Women, Beth is this voice of reason for Jo and this like inspiration of how a woman should act. She's amenable, she is soft, she's patient, she is sweet, and almost too good for this world. It's only in grieving Beth's death that Jo starts reforming herself into this good Christian woman she was always resisting, but to be honest was always destined to be, because this is a sentimental novel, baby. There are no alternative endings. In Fleabag, in the first season, there are all these flashbacks of Boo acting as this kind of moral guide, this sweetness and tenderness and grounding force that even Fleabag's family sees Boo as almost the best quality of Fleabag. While a much longer and messier process than it was for Jo through Boo's death and processing her mother's grief and the end of her relationship with the priest, all of this pushes Fleabag into self-reliance and becoming a socially acceptable woman by the end of season 2. Basically, Fleabag is a 19th century sentimental novel, and I didn't even talk about how they both break the fourth wall, how they both center sisterhood, how men are secondary characters, and I could continue to talk about how Fleabag meets sentimental conventions and mirrors Little Women, but I fear this is too niche of a topic, so if you want me to continue to make videos about this, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, this was just a little treat for me and for the people who enjoyed it. Anyways, I'm Christina, and this is what I talk about online.